Dear familia, let's talk about what's around the corner, shall we? Heaven's been hard at work, weaving together a plan so extraordinary, it's going to leave you speechless. All that heartbreak, all the betrayal, every ounce of pain, it wasn't wasted. Every tear you shed became the ink for a story only God could write. And oh, what a story it's going to be. This year tested you. It pushed you to your limits. But next year is when it all starts to come together. They thought they could destroy you, didn't they? Believed they could crush your spirit, walk away like nothing happened, and still come out on top. But they didn't account for divine intervention. God doesn't let his chosen ones fall without a greater reason. He doesn't let you endure agony without a purpose. Every scar, every wound, every sleepless night, it was all preparation. The blessings coming your way, they're going to be so overwhelming, so abundant, they'll leave no room for doubt. The people who tried to break you had no idea who they were messing with. You're not just anyone. You are God's handiwork, his masterpiece refined through fire and pressure. And next year, oh yes, next year you will shine so brightly they won't know what hit them. They'll be watching, mark my words, from the sidelines, from the shadows. They'll have no choice but to witness your rise. The ashes they left you in, you've turned them into a foundation, a throne. And their regret, it'll burn hotter than any flame ever could. They thought they could write you off, that their actions would be the end of your story. But here's the twist, they weren't your ending. They were the spark. They were the spark. They were the tools God used to elevate you. They became the very stones you stepped on to climb higher. God doesn't forget his own. He saw the nights you cried yourself to sleep. He heard the whispers of doubt in your heart, the times you questioned if you were enough. He was there steady, unshaken, saying, just hold on. And you did. You held on when it would have been easier to let go. You weathered storms meant to destroy you, and now you're about to see why. Next year, the doors that slammed in your face will swing wide open. But not just the same doors, better ones. Bigger ones. Brighter ones. The love you were denied, the opportunities that were blocked, they're being replaced with blessings you can't even imagine. Oh, they'll squirm. They'll watch you glow, your joy undeniable, your success unstoppable. And it'll eat them alive because they'll know deep down that they played a part in your rise. Not as the heroes they thought they were, but as the challenges you overcame. You've been through fire, but you weren't consumed, you were refined. And now it's time for the world to see the gem that's been hidden beneath the ashes. Next year, you're walking into your season of restoration, of triumph, of abundance. The setbacks, they're just setups for your comeback. The people who doubted you, they'll become witnesses to the greatness God has always had in store for you. So hold your head high. Walk boldly into what's coming. The pain of the past year, it's about to be eclipsed by a joy so profound it'll feel like a dream. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Every moment of heartache, every ounce of struggle, it was building you, preparing you, molding you into someone unstoppable. Next year, the light shining on you will be undeniable. Let them talk, let them regret, let them watch. Because what's meant for you is coming, and no one, not a single soul, can stop it. Brace yourself, familia. Next year isn't just going to be a chapter, it's going to be the plot twist that changes the entire story. Because next year, your life becomes a testimony, a living, breathing example of what happens when God steps in and says, enough. Enough pain, enough heartache, enough betrayal. Now it's time for joy, for peace, for abundance. You survived the worst they could throw at you, and you didn't just survive, you grew. You blossomed in soil they thought was barren. You found light in the darkness they left you in. And now that light is going to illuminate everything they tried to dim. They'll wonder how you did it. They'll convince themselves it was luck, or timing, or circumstance, but you'll know the truth. It was divine intervention. It was God's plan all along. He let you go through the valley so you could appreciate the mountaintop. Next year, they'll see you differently. Not as the person they tried to break, but as the warrior who rose despite them. The one who turned pain into power, loss into gain, and heartbreak into healing. They'll see you and realize they were nothing more than a footnote in your story. And oh, how sweet it will be to watch them fumble with their regret. To see them struggle with the knowledge that they missed out on you. Not just the person you were, but the person you're becoming. They thought they knew you, but they only knew a fragment. The best is yet to come. You'll stand taller, walk lighter, laugh louder. The weight they placed on you has been lifted, and in its place there's strength. There's grace. There's purpose. You are unshackled, unbroken and unstoppable. Let them learn their lesson. Let them wallow in what ifs and could have beens. It's not your burden to bear anymore. You've got blessings to receive, joy to embrace, and a future to claim. Their time in your story is over. God is rewriting your narrative, my dear. He's painting over the pain with strokes of brilliance, crafting a masterpiece out of what they tried to destroy. And next year is the unveiling. The laughter they took from you, it's coming back, louder and more infectious than ever. The peace they disrupted, settling over you like a warm embrace. The love they denied you, it's on its way, pure and true, straight from God's hand. Let them regret. Let them ache. They should. Because they'll never again have a front row seat to the miracle that is you. You're moving forward, leaving them in the dust, where they belong. Next year, your life will be a beacon, a shining light for others who've been hurt, broken, and discarded. They'll look at you and see hope. They'll see proof that God doesn't abandon his own, and that he turns pain into purpose. So stand tall, hold your head high. This year was a battlefield, but next year is the victory parade. And oh, how sweet it will be to march forward, leaving behind the ones who thought they could keep you down. Let them talk. Let them whisper. Their words hold no power anymore. Your life is your response, your joy, their punishment, your success, their undoing. You see, the beauty of being chosen by God isn't just the blessings, it's the transformation. The world tried to bury you under its weight, and yet here you are, standing stronger, taller, brighter. They'll look at you next year, and it'll be like staring at the sun, blinding, unreachable, and a constant reminder of how far you've come without them. You've learned the art of resilience this year, haven't you? You've mastered the ability to take their stones and build a fortress. And oh, how they'll hate the view from outside your gates, knowing they once had access but squandered it. They'll watch in awe and envy, stuck in the prisons of their choices while you flourish. Next year isn't just about blessings, it's about redemption. Every wrong they did to you is being turned into a right. Every tear you cried is being turned into joy. And the best part, they'll see it all. They'll feel the sting of knowing they played themselves while trying to play you. They called you weak, didn't they? Mocked your kindness, ridiculed your patience, exploited your love. But next year they'll see what true strength looks like. It's in your ability to forgive without forgetting, to heal without hardening, and to rise without revenge. That's divine power. Their arrogance blinded them to your value. They thought you were a phase, a chapter, a fleeting moment in their story. But God, he made you the whole book. And next year they'll be flipping through their empty pages, wishing they had written you into their future. You'll laugh again freely, fully, uncontrollably, and they'll hear it, whether through whispers or echoes in their memories. That laughter will haunt them, a melody of their greatest regret. They'll remember the sound of your joy and realize it's now a symphony they're no longer invited to. Next year, the tables won't just turn, they'll spin. Every plan they had to undermine you will crumble. Every scheme they devised will backfire. It's the divine law of balance. You reap what you sow. And they sowed regret, heartache, and loss. Now it's their harvest season. Oh, they'll try to rewrite history, try to paint themselves as the victim. But the truth, it doesn't need defending. Your success, your peace, your blessings will speak louder than any lie they could tell. The narrative they tried to control will slip through their fingers like sand. God saw your struggle. Every silent cry, every sleepless night, every moment of despair. It didn't go unnoticed. He was there, holding you, guiding you, preparing you, and now he's ready to unveil the masterpiece he's been working on. They'll ask themselves a million what ifs. What if they had treated you better? What if they had seen your worth? What if they had seen your worth? What if they had seen your worth? What if they hadn't let their ego lead them astray? But those questions won't change a thing. Their chance has passed. Next year, you'll realize that their rejection was God's protection. He removed them from your life to make room for better. They thought they were irreplaceable. But God's blessings will show you otherwise. You're stepping into a season where only the worthy can follow. And while you're thriving, they'll be unraveling. Regret has a funny way of creeping in during the quiet moments. It whispers, it taunts, it lingers. And for them, it'll become a permanent companion. Meanwhile, you'll be too busy enjoying your blessings to look back. The light inside you, the one they tried so desperately to extinguish, is about to shine brighter than ever. It'll be a beacon drawing goodness and abundance into your life, while repelling the darkness they brought. They'll see it and know they never stood a chance against God's plan for you. Their fear isn't just about your glow up, it's about the realization that you were the real deal. You were the answer to prayers they didn't even know they had. And now they've fumbled the blessing. That's a pain they'll carry forever. Next year, you'll find love again. Not just romantic love, but love for life, for yourself, for the possibilities ahead. And that love will be untainted by the wounds they left. It'll be pure healing and exactly what you deserve. The people they meet next, they'll pale in comparison to you. They'll search for your kindness, your patience, your strength, but they won't find it. Because what you offered was rare, divine, and tailored to you. They'll learn the hard way that you're irreplaceable. And oh, how satisfying it will be to live your life unapologetically. To wake up each day without the weight of their toxicity. To chase your dreams without their doubts in your ear. To build a future that no longer includes them. That's freedom. That's victory. They'll see your glow from a distance and wonder how you did it. They'll convince themselves it was luck or timing, but you'll know the truth. It was God. It was His favor, His grace, His promise to never let your pain be wasted. Let them stew in their regret. It's not your burden to carry. Your focus is forward on the blessings, the joy, the peace that's coming your way. Their time in your story is over. And now it's time for you to step into your destiny. Next year is yours, my dear. Yours to reclaim, to rebuild, to rejoice in. God has spoken, and His plans for you are greater than anything you could have imagined. The pain was temporary, but the blessings, they're eternal. And when they see you next year, radiant, unstoppable, and untouchable, they'll know. They'll know they lost the greatest thing that ever happened to them. And you'll finally see why it was all worth it. And as you walk into this new chapter, remember this: you were never just surviving, you were being refined. Like gold in the fire, you've come out stronger, purer, more radiant than ever before. Next year isn't just a reward, it's your coronation. You've earned your crown, and no one, no regret, no memory, no shadow of the past can take it from you. The throne is yours, and it's time to rule your life with the grace, strength, and joy that only God's chosen can. So here's to you, survivor, warrior, chosen one. The best is yet to come, and it's going to be magnificent. They thought they ended you, but all they did was spark your beginning. Let them watch, let them regret, let them learn.